Laura, I'd like to ask you a little bit about the business of publishing because
Sure.
now we have that opportunity of being self-publishers, which a lot of
Hmm.
people have done, are doing. And like you said, it's a passion of love. You're doing it for that and not for the
Yeah.
money. You're one of the fortunate ones who has a publisher. What would
Hmm.
you say to potential writers? I know earlier on you said just write, just do it. But is there anything else as far as the business aspect that you would like to add?
Sure. I mean, I'm very happy with my publisher. I have a small publisher. Uh, Self-publishing, there are many advantages to it. I have a podcast called People Who Do Things, which is about writing and the creative process. My co-host, John H. Matthews, is a novelist who, by choice, self-publishes. He also happens to be a designer, so his books look beautiful. It has come so far from the early days of Vanity Press. When you self-publish, you have complete creative control. Obviously, uh, there's no overhead. There's nobody else taking any percentage of your sales. So there are certainly advantages, and if you have a story that you just want to get out there, then that is a viable way to do things. That said, I'm very appreciative. I mean, honestly, to have the validation of an outside, I've been writing for so long, and to have the validation of an outside publisher was part of it for me. And also, they don't have a tremendous PR and marketing budget, but they do have some. So to have somebody else uh, handle certain aspects of things, I think there are great advantages. I know people, when they're starting out or when they're querying agents or looking for publishers, get very beholden to the big five publishing houses. And most books are not published by those. There are so many smaller publishers, there are hybrid presses, there are smaller independent publishers like mine, Ronan Weatherford, that do create beautiful books and really and wonderful books. And there are great advantages to publishing small. I got to have some say over my cover. I really have a voice. I can talk to my publisher and, express my concerns and um, do things in a way that if I were a drop in the bucket at one of the big ones, and of course there are advantages to publishing with the big five that I don't even need to get into. I mean, instant credibility is a key one there. But I appreciate that my this trilogy is with a smaller publisher that values and respects my opinion on things. So if one is looking to go the traditional publishing route, be prepared to query. You have to go through an agent. More often than not, one has to go through an agent. There are some independent publishers that you can submit directly to them, but be prepared to query dozens and dozens of agents before you find one. Rejection is just a part of this business. It's not fun. It doesn't get easier each time. Um, but and this is something that I think creative people can relate to. I've had a lot of encouraging rejections over the years in my journey to find a publisher. I had bigger publishers and other publishers say that they liked my writing. The story didn't resonate with them, or, they would want to see something of mine in the future. Of course, and then there were some that just didn't say anything at all and rejected it. I actually I composed a poem of lines from each of my rejection letters that one of my friends called the saddest piece of writing he's ever encountered. But, it's just part of it. There's a is it Dorothy Parker? Somebody quote, "I love my rejection letters. They show me that I tried." No, it's not Dorothy Parker. It might be Sylvia Plath, who is not a great example, actually. But, and it's true, and that was why I entered that contest way back in 2007, to feel like a writer, to make that part of my writing life, to put my work out there, to be rejected by some of the best publishers out there. It's a badge of honor. I'm putting my work out there for people to see. And that means I have to believe in it to an extent.
Yeah.
There are there's myriad ways to bring a book to life nowadays. And again, traditional publishing is great, and self-publishing is absolutely a viable option as well. In
Well,
fact, there are a
thank
lot
you
of
very
book influencers who prefer self-published books.
It does sound like that there are definite benefits. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Um, I just have two more things to ask of you.
Sure.
One is with your current book, The Book of Reservations, the book cover, the
Yes.
concept of that. And then, before we close out, I just wanted to find out from you a little bit more about your podcast as well. So
Sure.
if you could let us know, you know, the the cover
The
of the Book of
cover.
Reservations.
The cover
Yeah.
is stunning. So my role in it was letting them know what I had in mind, letting my publisher know what I had in mind. It is a callback to the cover of the Coat Check Girl, which also shows a figure from behind. The Coat Check Girl takes place over the course of one very rainy summer. So it shows a figure from behind with an umbrella, clearly walking in the rain in New York City. The Book of Reservations is set in autumn. I'm looking down because I'm looking at my cover, sorry. They captured the autumnal New York City vibe beautifully. And so all the credit for this cover goes to Ronan Weatherford's creative team. I had a little say. I got to ask that her hair be slightly darker and that her coat be slightly shorter and things like that. But all of the design credit goes to them. I wanted it to be clear that it was autumn in New York City, and that was really the direction I offered. And they created this incredible cover for
We
me.
see the we see the background with your book. Do you
Oh,
do
of
you have
course.
your physical book right there? You said you're
I
looking down.
do. I
Can
do.
you
I have
give us
it.
a nice close up of that?
Yes, it's
And
glossy. Uh,
yeah,
though moving forward, it's going to be a matte cover, so this would be
okay.
much easier in the future. But this is the book, and I am very pleased with how it came out. Um, and my podcast is called People Who Do Things, which is a line from a Dorothy Parker poem about how exhausting artists are and how she longs for somebody with a regular job. And it is about creating in the creative process, primarily writing.
Wow. Well, I'll be sure to check it out, and we'll make sure that we
Thank
have
you.
everything in the show notes too.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
Laura, this has been great.
It's
It's
been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you very much. I thoroughly enjoyed this.